Hello everyone, hope you all are well. This is my Tutu channel. Please like it and subscribe so that I can bring a motivational speech to you. I will be happy when you scrape and like. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world buzzing with distractions, a world where drama calls for our attention like a loud, persistent neighbor. It's seductive, almost irresistible, but it's also a thief. Drama steals your time, your energy, and your clarity. Today, let's explore how we can stay focused, stay strong, and rise above the noise. First, understand this. Drama only exists if we feed it. It craves our reactions, our emotions, and our engagement. Like a flame, it will die without fuel. Recognizing this is the first step in mastering it. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this serve my goals? Most times, the answer will be no. Drama is a pervasive element of human interaction, woven into the fabric of our social lives. It exists wherever people gather, communicate, and navigate the complexities of relationships. At its core, drama thrives on conflict, emotional upheaval, and the allure of attention. To truly understand drama, we must first recognize its nature, what it is, why it happens, and how it affects us. This understanding is the first step toward rising above its influence. Drama begins with human emotions. It is fueled by our innate desire for connection and validation, yet it often emerges from misunderstandings, unresolved feelings, or the clash of differing perspectives. People are drawn to drama not necessarily because they seek conflict, but because drama often feels alive, it engages emotions, stimulates conversation, and creates a sense of significance, albeit fleeting. To understand drama, we must see it for what it is, an emotional reaction to circumstances that often escalates when fed with further attention and energy. One of the key aspects of drama is its dependence on engagement. It cannot exist in isolation. Like a fire needing oxygen to burn, drama requires participants who are willing to play a role, whether as instigators, reactors, or even passive spectators. Without engagement, drama fizzles out. This is why one of the most powerful ways to manage it is to simply refuse to participate. However, refusing to engage is easier said than done because drama appeals to our ego. It invites us to defend ourselves, assert our opinions, or prove our worth. It takes a deep sense of awareness to step back and recognize when our emotions are being manipulated by external forces. Drama also thrives on attention. The more we focus on it, the larger it grows. In today's world, with the pervasive influence of social media and instant communication, drama has become amplified. What once might have been a private disagreement now has the potential to play out on public platforms, drawing in an audience and escalating to new levels. This amplification creates a cycle of drama as people feel compelled to comment, defend, or retaliate. The cycle becomes self-sustaining, pulling more and more people into its orbit. But beneath the surface of all this noise lies the truth. Drama is a distraction. It diverts our energy away from the things that truly matter, our goals, our relationships, and our inner peace. Another critical component of understanding drama is recognizing its impermanence. Most of the situations that spark dramatic reactions are fleeting. A perceived slight, an unkind word, or a difference of opinion can feel monumental in the moment, but often they fade into insignificance with time. Drama has a way of exaggerating the importance of minor issues, making them appear far more consequential than they are. When we step back and view the situation with a sense of perspective, we often realize that what seemed urgent and critical was in fact trivial. The emotional intensity of drama can be addictive. This is why some people seem to gravitate toward it, creating conflict even where none exists. For them, drama provides a sense of excitement, a way to feel alive. This is not a judgment, but an observation of human behavior. People who instigate or perpetuate drama are often seeking something deeper, sense of significance, validation, or even distraction from their own inner struggles. Understanding this can help us approach such individuals with compassion rather than frustration. However, compassion does not mean enabling. It means recognizing the root of their behavior while maintaining healthy boundaries. One of the most profound truths about drama is that it rarely arises from external circumstances alone. It finds fertile ground in our own unresolved emotions and insecurities. When someone's words or actions trigger a dramatic response within us, it's often because they've touched on something deeper, an old wound, a fear, or a need for validation. This is why understanding the nature of drama also requires us to understand ourselves. Self-awareness is the antidote to drama because it allows us to see beyond the surface of the situation and address the underlying emotions that fuel our reactions. Ultimately, drama is not inherently good or bad. It's simply a manifestation of human interaction. It is how we respond to it that determines its impact on our lives. When we allow drama to consume us, it pulls us away from our true purpose. It scatters our energy and clouds our judgment. But when we choose to step back, to observe rather than react, we gain the power to rise above it. This does not mean avoiding conflict altogether, as some conflicts are, always necessary and productive. It means discerning between what is worth our attention and what is not. Understanding the nature of drama is a journey of awareness. It is about recognizing the patterns, both in others and within ourselves, that perpetuate it. It is about learning to respond with clarity rather than emotion, to set boundaries without guilt, and to prioritize peace over conflict. When we do this, we not only free ourselves from the distractions of drama, but also create space for the things that truly matter: growth, connection, and the quiet strength of inner focus. Inner focus is one of the most profound tools we possess as human beings. It is the ability to direct our attention inward, to center ourselves, and to channel our energy toward what truly matters. In a world overflowing with distractions, where countless voices compete for our time and attention, the power of inner focus is not just a luxury, it is a necessity. To cultivate this power is to reclaim control over our lives, to harness our potential, and to chart a course toward growth and fulfillment. At its core, inner focus is about clarity. It is the act of filtering through the noise of the external world and zeroing in on what aligns with our values, goals, and purpose. This clarity comes from within. It cannot be given or dictated by others. Too often we allow ourselves to be swept away by external demands, whether from work, relationships, or societal expectations. These distractions can leave us feeling fragmented and disconnected. Inner focus, however, brings us back to our center. It reminds us of what we stand for and what we are working toward. One of the key aspects of inner focus is the ability to manage attention. Attention is one of our most precious resources. Wherever we direct it, energy flows. When we scatter our attention across countless distractions, we dilute our energy and reduce our effectiveness. But when we focus our attention on a single goal or task, we unlock a powerful force that propels us forward. This concentrated energy allows us to achieve more in less time, to deepen our understanding, and to make meaningful progress. Inner focus also fosters resilience. Life is filled with challenges, uncertainties, and setbacks. These moments can easily overwhelm us if we are not grounded. However, when we cultivate inner focus, we develop the ability to weather storms with grace and strength. Inner focus provides a sense of stability that remains unshaken by external circumstances. It teaches us to respond rather than react, to approach difficulties with a calm and steady mind. This resilience is not about ignoring challenges, but about facing them with the confidence that comes from being anchored in our inner world. A crucial element of inner focus is self-awareness. To focus inward, we must first know ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, our passions, and our triggers. Self-awareness is the foundation of inner focus because it enables us to identify what truly matters. Without self-awareness, we risk investing our time and energy in pursuits that do not serve us, chasing goals that are not aligned with our authentic selves. Inner focus helps us stay true to who we are and make choices that reflect our deepest aspirations. Distractions are perhaps the greatest enemies of inner focus. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. From the constant barrage of notifications on our devices to the pressures of societal expectations. These distractions pull us away from our inner world and scatter our attention. They lure us with promises of instant gratification, but they often leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. Inner focus requires us to resist these distractions and prioritize what is meaningful. This does not mean ignoring the external world altogether, but it does mean being intentional about where we direct our attention. Another powerful aspect of inner focus is its impact on creativity and problem solving. When we are focused inward, we tap into our inner resources, our intuition, our imagination, and our wisdom. Inner focus allows us to access a state of flow where ideas come naturally and solutions emerge effortlessly. This creative state is often elusive in a distracted mind, but it becomes accessible when we create the mental space for it to flourish. By focusing inward, we unlock the potential to think deeply, to innovate, and to approach challenges with a fresh perspective. Inner focus also enhances our relationships. When we are grounded and centered, we bring our best selves to our interactions with others. We listen more deeply, communicate more effectively, and connect more authentically. Inner focus helps us avoid being swept up in unnecessary conflicts or misunderstandings. It allows us to approach relationships with empathy and clarity rather than reacting impulsively or getting caught up in external drama. Finally, inner focus is a gateway to peace and fulfillment. When we focus inward, we detach from the constant need for external validation. We stop comparing ourselves to others or seeking approval for our worth. Instead, we find contentment within ourselves. This inner peace is not dependent on circumstances or achievements. It is a state of being that arises from alignment with our true selves. Fulfillment comes not from chasing endless goals, but from living in harmony with our values and purpose. The power of inner focus lies in its ability to transform our lives from the inside out. It is the practice of choosing what to prioritize, of remaining steadfast in the face of distractions, and of aligning our actions with our deepest truths. Inner focus is not something that comes naturally to all of us, but it is a skill that can be cultivated with intention and practice. When we develop this skill, emotional mastery is the art of understanding, managing, and channeling the architects of our lives, creating a path that reflects our authentic selves, denying our feelings, but rather cultivating the ability to navigate them with awareness and intention. Emotions are powerful forces that shape our thoughts, decisions, and actions. When mastered, they become allies in our journey toward personal growth and resilience. However, when left unchecked, they can lead us astray, creating unnecessary conflict, stress, and turmoil. Practicing emotional mastery is a lifelong journey that requires self-awareness, discipline, and compassion. The first step toward emotional mastery is recognizing that emotions are neither good nor bad. They are natural responses to our environment and experiences designed to alert us to what is happening within and around us. Anger, sadness, fear, joy, each emotion serves a purpose. Anger, for example, can signal a boundary violation, while fear may indicate a perceived threat. Joy and gratitude remind us of the beauty in life. The key is to acknowledge our emotions without being controlled by them. This begins with self-awareness, the ability to identify and name what we are feeling in the moment. Self-awareness is a cornerstone of emotional mastery because it allows us to step back from our emotions and observe them objectively. When we are caught up in a wave of strong emotions, it is easy to react impulsively, often in ways we later regret. But by practicing mindfulness and pausing to reflect, we can create a space between stimulus and response. This space is where emotional mastery begins. Instead of reacting out of habit or instinct, we can choose our response deliberately, guided by our values and goals. One of the greatest challenges in practicing emotional mastery is dealing with negative emotions. Anger, frustration, jealousy, and fear can be intense and overwhelming. However, emotional mastery does not mean avoiding or suppressing these feelings. Suppressed emotions do not disappear. They linger beneath the surface, often manifesting in unhealthy ways. Instead, emotional mastery involves acknowledging and processing these emotions constructively. This might involve journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing deep breathing techniques to calm the nervous system. The goal is to understand the root cause of the emotion and address it thoughtfully. Equally important is the ability to cultivate positive emotions. Emotional mastery is not just about managing negativity, but also about fostering joy, gratitude, and compassion. Positive emotions have a powerful ripple effect, enhancing our relationships, boosting our resilience, and improving our overall well-being. Practices such as gratitude journaling, mindfulness, and acts of kindness can help us nurture these emotions. By intentionally focusing on the positive, we create a mental and emotional environment that supports growth and fulfillment. Another aspect of emotional mastery is learning to separate our emotions from our identity. It is common to hear people say, "I am angry," or "I am sad," as though the emotion defines them. In reality, emotions are temporary states, not fixed aspects of who we are. Practicing emotional mastery involves reframing our relationship with emotions by recognizing that we experience them but are not defined by them. Instead of saying, "I am angry," we can say, "I feel anger right now." This subtle shift in language reinforces the idea that emotions are transient and manageable. Boundaries play a crucial role in emotional mastery as well. Our emotions are often influenced by external factors, people, situations, or environments. By setting and maintaining healthy boundaries, we protect our emotional well-being and reduce unnecessary stress. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about defining what is acceptable and unacceptable in our interactions. When we honor our boundaries, we communicate self-respect and create space for emotional balance. But emotional mastery also requires us to develop empathy, both for ourselves and for others. Self-compassion is vital because it allows us to approach our emotions without judgment. Instead of berating ourselves for feeling a certain way, we can offer understanding and kindness. Similarly, empathy for others helps us navigate relationships with greater ease and harmony. When we understand that everyone experiences emotions differently, we can approach conflicts with patience and seek solutions that honor all perspectives. Resilience is another benefit of emotional mastery. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. Emotional mastery equips us with the tools to navigate adversity with grace. When we can regulate our emotions, we are less likely to be derailed by setbacks. Instead, we can approach difficulties with a calm and focused mindset, using them as opportunities for growth and learning. Finally, practicing emotional mastery enhances our sense of freedom. When we are no longer at the mercy of our emotions, we gain control over our lives. We become intentional in our actions, choosing responses that align with our goals and values. This freedom allows us to build deeper connections, pursue meaningful endeavors, and live with authenticity and purpose. Emotional mastery is not about perfection. It is a practice, a continuous journey of growth and self-discovery. It requires patience, dedication, and a willingness to confront our inner world with honesty and courage. By cultivating emotional awareness, processing emotions constructively, and fostering empathy and resilience, we unlock the power to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Through emotional mastery, we create a foundation for lasting peace, fulfillment, and connection, not only with ourselves, but also with the world around us. Boundaries are an essential aspect of maintaining emotional well-being, fostering healthy relationships, and creating a balanced, fulfilling life. They act as invisible lines that define what is acceptable and unacceptable in our interactions with others and the world around us. While boundaries might seem restrictive at first glance, they are in fact liberating. They provide the structure needed to protect our energy, focus, and peace of mind, enabling us to live authentically and purposefully. At their core, boundaries are an expression of self-respect. When we set boundaries, we acknowledge our worth and prioritize our well-being. They communicate to others what we value and what we need to feel safe, respected, and supported. Without boundaries, we risk becoming overwhelmed by the demands of others, losing sight of our own needs, and compromising our mental and emotional health. Boundaries are not about selfishness. They are about self-care. They allow us to give from a place of abundance rather than exhaustion. One of the most important aspects of boundaries is their ability to create clarity. In relationships, boundaries help define roles, expectations, and responsibilities. They eliminate ambiguity, reducing misunderstandings and potential conflicts. For example, a boundary in a professional setting might involve clearly defining work hours to prevent burnout, or setting limits on what task you are willing to take on. In personal relationships, boundaries might include communicating how you expect to be treated or expressing your need for personal space. These boundaries ensure that interactions are rooted in mutual respect and understanding. Boundaries are also crucial for managing our time and energy. In today's fast-paced world, it is easy to feel pulled in countless directions by the demands of work, family, friends, and social commitments. Without boundaries, we may find ourselves saying yes to everything, leaving little time for our own needs and priorities. Boundaries act as a filter, helping us decide where to invest our time and energy. By saying no to what does not align with our goals or values, we create space for what truly matters. This intentional approach prevents us from spreading ourselves too thin and allows us to focus on what brings us joy and fulfillment. Another critical role of boundaries is protecting our emotional well-being. Emotions are deeply influenced by our interactions with others. If we allow negativity, criticism, or toxic behavior to infiltrate our lives unchecked, it can take a significant toll on our mental health. Boundaries serve as a shield, safeguarding us from harmful influences. For instance, setting a boundary with a person who frequently engages in gossip or negativity might involve limiting the time you spend with them or redirecting conversations to more positive topics. Similarly, boundaries can help us navigate conflicts by establishing what behaviors are acceptable and what are not. They provide a framework for addressing issues constructively while maintaining respect for ourselves and others. Boundaries are not just about protecting ourselves from others. They also involve setting limits on our own behavior. Self-imposed boundaries help us stay disciplined, avoid overextending ourselves, and align our actions with our values. For example, a personal boundary might involve limiting screen time to maintain focus or establishing a daily routine to support productivity. These internal boundaries enhance self-control and empower us to live intentionally. While boundaries are essential, setting them is not always easy. It requires self-awareness, courage, and clear communication. The first step in establishing boundaries is understanding your needs, values, and limits. Reflect on what makes you feel uncomfortable, stressed, or drained, and identify areas where boundaries could help. Once you are clear on your boundaries, the next step is to communicate them effectively. This often involves having honest and respectful conversations with others, expressing your needs clearly, and explaining the reasons behind your boundaries. One common misconception about boundaries is that they create distance or push people away. In reality, healthy boundaries strengthen relationships. They foster trust, respect, and open communication. When we set boundaries, we show others how to treat us and what we expect in return. This clarity enhances connection and reduces the likelihood of resentment or frustration. However, it is important to remember that not everyone will react positively to boundaries, especially if they are used to overstepping them. In such cases, standing firm and reaffirming your boundaries is essential. While this may feel uncomfortable initially, it ultimately reinforces your self-respect and integrity. Boundaries also play a key role in personal growth. They teach us to take responsibility for our own emotions and actions rather than blaming others or external circumstances. By setting boundaries, we empower ourselves to create the life we want rather than being at the mercy of others' expectations or demands. Boundaries encourage us to prioritize our well-being and align our choices with our values, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. In conclusion, boundaries are not barriers, they are bridges. They bridge the gap between who we are and what we need, between self-respect and healthy relationships, and between chaos and balance. They provide the framework for living with intention, authenticity, and purpose. By setting and honoring boundaries, we create a life that reflects our values, supports our well-being, and fosters meaningful connections with others. But practicing boundaries may require effort and courage, but the rewards, inner peace, clarity, and empowerment are well worth it. Cultivating a resilient mindset is about developing the mental and emotional strength to navigate life's challenges with grace and determination. Life is unpredictable, often presenting us with setbacks, disappointments, and adversities that test our resolve. A resilient mindset equips us to face these moments with courage, adaptability, and hope. It is not about avoiding difficulties, but learning to embrace them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. At the heart of resilience is the belief that challenges are not permanent obstacles, but temporary experiences. This perspective helps shift our focus from what we have lost to what we can learn or gain. Instead of dwelling on the problem, a resilient mindset encourages us to seek solutions, adapt to changing circumstances, and move forward with determination. This outlook transforms setbacks into stepping stones, allowing us to emerge stronger and wiser from our struggles. One of the foundational elements of resilience is self-awareness. To cultivate resilience, we must first understand our thoughts, emotions, and reactions to stress. Self-awareness enables us to identify negative thought patterns or limiting beliefs that may hinder our ability to bounce back. For instance, when faced with failure, a person with low resilience might interpret it as a sign of incompetence or unworthiness. In contrast, a resilient individual sees failure as a natural part of growth and an opportunity to improve. Developing self-awareness involves reflecting on our experiences, recognizing our strengths and weaknesses, and being honest about how we respond to adversity. Resilience is closely tied to the ability to regulate emotions. Life's challenges often evoke intense feelings such as fear, frustration, or sadness, which can cloud our judgment and impair our decision-making. Emotional regulation is the skill of managing these emotions in a healthy and constructive way. This does not mean suppressing feelings, but acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. Techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, and journaling can help us process emotions without being overwhelmed by them. By cultivating emotional regulation, we maintain a sense of control, even in difficult situations. A resilient mindset also relies on the power of optimism. Optimism is not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it is the ability to focus on possibilities and maintain hope even when circumstances are challenging. Optimistic individuals believe in their ability to overcome obstacles and view setbacks as temporary rather than permanent. This belief fuels perseverance, motivating them to keep moving forward despite difficulties. Cultivating optimism involves practicing gratitude, reframing negative thoughts, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences that inspire and uplift us. Adaptability is another cornerstone of resilience. Life is constantly changing, and those who can adapt to new circumstances are better equipped to handle adversity. Adaptability involves being open to change, willing to adjust our plans, and flexible in our approach to problem solving. It also means letting go of the need to control everything and focusing on what we can influence. When we embrace change as an opportunity rather than a threat, we develop the ability to thrive in uncertain conditions. This adaptability not only strengthens our resilience, but also fosters creativity and innovation. Building a resilient mindset requires us to cultivate a strong support system. Resilience does not mean facing challenges alone. It involves seeking help and leaning on others when needed. A supportive network of friends, family, or mentors provides encouragement, perspective, and guidance during difficult times. These connections remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that we have people who care about our well-being. In addition to seeking support, being a source of support for others strengthens our resilience by fostering a sense of community and purpose. Self-care plays a crucial role in resilience as well. Taking care of our physical, mental, and emotional health ensures that we have the energy and strength to face life's challenges. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and practices such as meditation or yoga contribute to a strong foundation for resilience. Prioritizing self-care is not selfish. It is an essential investment in our ability to cope with adversity and maintain a positive outlook. Resilience also involves embracing failure and setbacks as opportunities for growth. Every challenge we face has the potential to teach us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. Instead of fearing failure, resilient individuals view it as a chance to learn, refine their skills, and develop new strategies. This growth-oriented mindset transforms adversity into a catalyst for self-improvement and progress. Lastly, resilience is strengthened through a sense of purpose. When we have a clear sense of what we value and what we are working toward, we are more motivated to persevere through difficulties. Purpose gives meaning to our struggles, reminding us that our efforts are worthwhile and that setbacks are merely detours on the path to our goals. By staying connected to our purpose, we find the strength to keep moving forward no matter how challenging the journey. Cultivating a resilient mindset is an ongoing process that requires intentional effort and practice. It involves developing self-awarenesses, regulating emotions, fostering optimism, embracing adaptability, and building strong connections. Resilience is not about eliminating challenges from our lives, but learning to navigate them with courage and confidence. By cultivating resilience, we equip ourselves to face life's uncertainties with strength, transform setbacks into opportunities, and create a foundation for lasting growth and fulfillment. Redirecting energy towards growth is a transformative practice that empowers individuals to move beyond limitations and invest in their personal and professional development. Energy in this context refers not just to physical stamina, but also to mental focus, emotional capacity, and spiritual drive. It is a finite resource, and how we choose to direct it significantly influences the trajectory of our lives. Growth, whether it involves mastering a skill, overcoming a challenge, or becoming a better version of ourselves, requires intentionality. Redirecting energy from distractions, negativity, and unproductive habits toward purposeful actions is key to unlocking our full potential. One of the first steps in redirecting energy is recognizing where it is currently being spent. Life often pulls us in various directions, with obligations, relationships, and external pressures competing for our attention. In addition, distractions such as excessive screen time, gossip, or overthinking can drain our energy without adding value. Self-awareness is critical in identifying these energy leaks. Reflecting on daily habits and thought patterns helps reveal areas where energy is being wasted. For instance, time spent worrying about things beyond our control can sap mental energy that could be redirected toward solving problems or achieving goals. Awareness creates the foundation for change. Once we identify where energy is being lost, the next step is to shift our focus toward areas that contribute to growth. This involves setting clear priorities and aligning our actions with our values and aspirations. Goals act as a compass, guiding our energy toward meaningful pursuits. Whether it's advancing in a career, improving health, building relationships, or cultivating creativity, having a clear sense of purpose motivates us to invest our energy wisely. So, breaking goals into smaller, actionable steps makes them more attainable and allows for consistent progress, which fuels a sense of achievement and reinforces growth-oriented behavior. An essential aspect of redirecting energy toward growth is cultivating a growth mindset. Coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, a growth mindset emphasizes the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. This perspective shifts our energy from avoiding challenges or fearing failure to embracing opportunities for improvement. When we approach obstacles with curiosity and persistence, we transform setbacks into stepping stones for growth. The energy previously spent on self-doubt or resistance is now channeled into problem solving and self-improvement. Managing emotions also plays a vital role in redirecting energy. Emotions are powerful drivers of behavior, and unregulated emotions such as anger, frustration, or anxiety can drain our energy. Emotional mastery involves recognizing and processing these feelings constructively rather than letting them dictate our actions. For instance, redirecting the energy from frustration into creative problem solving or physical activity not only relieves tension, but also contributes to personal growth. Similarly, nurturing positive emotions such as gratitude, hope, and enthusiasm energizes us and fosters resilience, helping us stay focused on our goals. Another critical component of redirecting energy is developing discipline. Growth requires consistent effort, and discipline ensures that energy is directed toward actions that align with our priorities. This often involves resisting short-term temptations in favor of long-term rewards. For example, choosing to spend time learning a new skill rather than mindlessly scrolling through social media demands discipline but yields far greater benefits. Building habits that support growth, such as regular exercise, reading, or practicing mindfulness, creates a structure that makes it easier to stay on track. Over time, these habits become second nature, making growth a natural part of daily life. Redirecting energy also involves surrounding ourselves with environments and relationships that support growth. The people we interact with and the spaces we occupy have a profound impact on our energy levels. Negative influences or toxic environments can drain energy and stifle growth, while supportive communities and inspiring surroundings uplift and motivate us. Building relationships with people who share our values and encourage our aspirations fosters a positive exchange of energy, enabling us to thrive. Similarly, creating a physical environment that promotes focus and creativity, whether it's a tidy workspace or a calming home, enhances our ability to channel energy toward growth. Self-care is an often overlooked but crucial aspect of redirecting energy. Growth demands energy, and we must replenish our reserves to sustain it. Taking care of our physical health through proper nutrition, exercise, and rest ensures that we have the stamina to pursue our goals. Similarly, nurturing our mental and emotional well-being through practices like meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature restores balance and clarity. Self-care is not indulgent. It is the foundation upon which sustainable growth is built. Finally, redirecting energy toward growth involves letting go of what no longer serves us. This could mean releasing grudges, outdated beliefs, or unproductive habits. Holding on to these drains energy that could be better used elsewhere. Letting go is not always easy, but it is liberating. It creates space for new opportunities, ideas, and experiences that align with our aspirations. By consciously choosing to focus on what matters most, we free ourselves from the weight of unnecessary burdens and open the door to greater growth. Redirecting energy toward growth is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing process. It requires self-awareness, intentionality, and perseverance. By identifying energy drains, setting priorities, cultivating discipline, and nurturing supportive environments, we can create a life that reflects our highest potential. Growth is not just about achieving goals, it is about becoming more aligned with our true selves and embracing the journey of continuous improvement. When we redirect our energy with purpose, we unlock the power to transform our lives and contribute meaningfully to the world around us.